So today I'm having a quick chat about my 2022 goals for modern vegan marketing, my business, and my personal goals, my goals for my personal life. So I'm hoping this will inspire you to set some goals or to share your goals with me. Anyway, welcome to, sorry, I've got problems with my hair if you can see me on YouTube, to grow your vegan business. I'm Jessica Goodenough of Modern Vegan Marketing, and I'm here to help you grow online without the overwhelm. So if you'd like to grow your influence, impact, and income, please subscribe. And I'd also love to connect with you on Instagram. I'm at the Jessica Goodenough. Sorry, my hair's all wrong if you're watching on YouTube. Anyway, let's dive right in. So my goals for next year, these are short little episodes if you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast that I'm doing as part of Business, where I'm trying to share a video every day until the 24th of December. And actually, as a quick reminder, today is the penultimate day of my Black Friday sale. So if you want a half price strategy package, so instead of it being £397 for you to have all your social media strategy for next year mapped out, you can instead, for the start of next year, mapped out, you can instead get it for £197. So the link will be in the bio. What am I saying? The link will be in the description. So I used to say link in bio on Instagram. The link will be in the description on YouTube, and otherwise you can just find me at modernveganmarketing.com and sign up through there. So that's if you're watching it real time. If you're watching it later on, you can still get it, but it won't be half price, and it'll be at modernveganmarketing.com. And I'd love to help outline your social media strategy. Anyway, moving on from that, my goals for next year. So I hopefully by now, I'm filming these a bit in advance actually, because recording a podcast episode every day involves like setting up the light in front of me here, which is making my eyes tired actually, and the candles and everything. So I'm actually batch recording these. So I'm hoping that by saying this, I'm going to hold myself accountable, that I have a resource ready for you that will be in the description or in the show notes, which you can always get at modernveganmarketing.com/podcast, which is essentially a resource to help you plan your goals for next year, your business goals specifically. Anywho, the idea of this is that I share my goals. So I have quite ambitious financial goals. I've been trying to make £100,000 in my business forever. Not forever. But anyway, this 2022 is the year it's going to happen. So my goal is 100,000. My stretch goal is 140,000. And I've actually mapped it out how I'm going to do it. And unlike previous years, I'm not going all over the place, because what I'd always do, I'm like a type A person. And so last year I was like, I'm going to create a digital online product, and then I'm going to create a course, and then I'm going to create a membership, and then while also giving birth and looking after a newborn. So next year, I'm not doing that. I'm sticking with, I'm helping people with their social media in a rather straightforward way. So anyway, and my idea is that I'm going to make progressively more money throughout the year. So this is something I've borrowed from Sam Laura Brown. She has a community called Perfectionists Getting Shit Done. And yes, so she has her quarterly totals increasing. So say I'm aiming for 100,000. I'm not going 25,000, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. It's increasing progressively. And kind of part of the idea of that is also that I want to move towards a bit of an agency model. So for now, it's only me at Modern Vegan Marketing. But I'd like to bring someone on to help me, so that if I offer to manage someone's DMs and comments, that maybe there's someone else there so I can actually take a holiday, that kind of thing, without having to worry about somebody else's social media. And also there might be people that know more stuff than I do about certain things, and that might be complementary to work with. Anyway, so the idea of making more money and throughout the year is also like, with more people I can take on more clients, and I can offer higher price packages because they might include more things, or for example, more time being able to engage on the social accounts. So how I've done it, and how I recommend you do it, and you can download my freebie that might help you with this, but is to set an amount of money you want to make for the year. And if you have a business, which I hope you do, because otherwise why are you watching this? Anyway, but if you have a business, a basic rule of thumb, and I'm not an accountant or anything, so don't quote me on anything, but is you want to establish how much you want to take home and then double that. So I've been reading Profit First. By now, hopefully my episode on what I thought about the book and how I'm implementing it and stuff will be out. So that's a really valuable resource. But essentially when you're in the beginning stages, so I'm talking up to 250,000 a year, you that's like quite advanced already. I'm saying beginner stages, but you can take home quite a lot of that money because you probably don't have that many people on board, etc. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Wait, so when you set in a goal for the year, figure out how much you want to take home and then double that, and that's how much your business should make, ballpark. So yes, there's probably more information in the Profit First A book and B episode. So I've set the bar for my business to make 100,000 and then at a stretch 140,000. But that doesn't mean that I'm pocketing 100,000, which would be nice. But anyway. And then, so you've got that financial goal, and then you have to figure out what your packages are. So I use the word packages, but what your products or services are and how much they cost. And if you're offering hourly rate, please stop doing that. Sorry, that's my take, not a very good take, on Nick Lewis. I don't know if any of you watch it. He's a Canadian, I think, interior designer. Yes, he lives in Canada, and he's got these very sassy videos where he just tells people to like stop doing carpet in in the bathroom. But anyway, if you're doing hourly rate, please stop doing that unless you have a very good reason to do it, but it's not a good idea. I want you to think in terms of packages. So no matter what you do, if you're a running coach, if you're whatever, think how much money you can make with one service or offering. I know there's some things that are a bit more difficult to quantify. So if you're making like affiliate revenue, that's a bit more difficult. But unless that's the majority of your income, then I don't know. But you could still set targets of how much you want to make through affiliate marketing. So just figure out how much your product or service costs, and then based on your target income, you can easily figure out how many you need by dividing one by the other. You can easily figure out how many clients you need, and often it doesn't seem that daunting, or it might seem daunting, but at least you've got something to shoot for. Whereas if you don't do this, you're just like, oh, I need more Instagram followers, or I need something, and there'll always be something because you'll never actually drill down and realize, actually, let's imagine I was a very premium coach and I had 1,000 Instagram followers. I only need, so let's say my package is $10,000 and I want to make $100,000 in a year. I only need 10 clients in a year. That's signing less than one a month, or signing one a month, and then their package is 10,000. That's not actually that scary. And so each month you can focus all your efforts on signing one client, and then you know what you're doing. And I'll riff more about strategy at some point. But anyway, let's move on to my actual goals. So my goals are to sign a new ads client. But let's start. Everything starts with strategy. So to sign essentially a new strategy client, to book a new strategy client every month. And so that's either booking a new client or a recurring one, because I do a strategy session with people and then I offer them a consultation kind of role where I'll check in with them 90 days later, go through their analytics and help them plan their content calendar for the next quarter. So either booking a new one, it's the same price. I'll show you. So either booking a new one or booking a recurring person every month. So that's one. And the price for that, the price for all of my packages, I've planned an increase throughout the year because that accounts for me learning more and taking on new people and having new tools and offering a better service essentially. So that's number one. Then signing a new book. No, this is getting very confusing. Signing a new ads customer every quarter. And so that's on a monthly basis. So I'd get a monthly payment every quarter and then a new one every quarter after that, if that makes sense. So one in quarter, let's simplify. 1 in quarter 1, 2 in quarter 2, 3 in quarter 3, 4 in quarter 4. And then the same for management clients. So management is when I do people's content and DMs and comments, and I can do either or. So if I did one DM and comments, then I'd be looking for one content person to make up the total, if that makes sense. So I'd sign one new one in Q1, and then I'd have that remaining one and add another one in Q2. So have then 3 ongoing ones in Q3 and 4 in Q4, quarter 4. And by the way, the quarters, if you don't know, are gonna get confused now. January through to March, April to June, July to September, and then October to December. So that's my goals. And yeah, I'm going to keep doing the podcast. And one of the things I want to do, I took the book downstairs, didn't I? Wherever I've put the book. Anyway, I was going to show you if you're on YouTube, but you know what a book looks like, is follow some of the methods in Superfans by Pat Flynn to go a bit deeper in how I engage with people and creating a community around this Grow Your Vegan business brand. So that's my goals regarding my business. So hopefully that would involve working with someone else at some point. And I've got a few people in mind, but anyway, moving on. I'm going to try, the idea was that I'd keep these bite-sized. Another one of my, it's not really a goal, but we're due to get married next year in May. So my partner and I have been together for 6 years, yes, and a couple months. But we got engaged in 2017. In 2018, I went on my fieldwork so we couldn't get married then because we were in Brazil. I mean, we could have gotten married in Brazil. Then in there's been the pandemic. I've been pregnant twice. Essentially, we're not married. And so we're supposed to get married in, oh, you can hear the babies in the background. He's looking after them right now. We're supposed to get married in a few months' time, and we haven't really planned much, so we'll see if that comes through or if we delay it again. So that's in May. And just to make things a bit more interesting, in April I have been signed up to run a half marathon, and that was another thing that was delayed many times. It was supposed to happen in November 29, whenever it was supposed to happen, but then the second time it was pushed back was April. Oh, there's an upset toddler in the background. April 24th of this year, and that was actually my due date with our second baby. So I was a very pregnant lady, and surprisingly enough, I didn't run the half marathon, and then it was pushed back to November this year, and I wasn't ready for it, essentially. And so now I'm signed up for this half marathon in April, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've kind of dropped out of running and that kind of thing. Sorry for the babies in the background. They are fine. They sometimes get upset when they wake up from their nap. And I've been a long-time fan of things like No Meat Athlete, and I do consider myself a runner, but I've been a bit of a lapsed runner recently with my second pregnancy. I did run during my first pregnancy, but the second one I was bigger and just couldn't find the time and the energy. But now I'm really enjoying my morning routine where I exercise and do exciting things like journaling and cleaning the house. And so that's part of kind of the general package, I think, and I'd like to talk about this more at some point. I think it's really important for people who own businesses to look after their physical health as well. And so that's having a race to train for is the way I do it, because otherwise it's very hard to get motivated to do things in the morning. So my motivation is I don't want to suck in April when I have to run a half marathon. I mean, I'm not trying to beat any world records, but I don't want to hate it. Anyway, those were my goals for 2022. So to make 100k in my business through helping people, vegan business owners, with their social media, maybe getting married, who knows? You'll know, I'll share on Instagram. Oh, make sure you follow me at the Jessica. This is me doing at with my finger if you watch on YouTube. The Jessica Good Enough. And running a half marathon. It's my third half marathon, by the way. I am planning on running a marathon at some point, but who knows? Tell me any good marathons if you can recommend them. Yes, so I hope you're inspired, or this has at least given you some ideas for your goals. I'd love to know what they are. I love this kind of thing. I could talk about this kind of thing all day. So do send me a DM on Instagram or comment if you're here on YouTube. And make sure you give this a like if you're on YouTube as well. So that's it from me. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.